we've been given the task of creating a typing test for our midterm project, and in our group we call it the TypeRacer TR. A typing test is a hands-on exercise that evaluates a user's typing speed and accuracy. The users are given a specific text file to complete and a set amount of time to accomplish it. Our project is segregated into three parts: the input file, output file, and lastly, the DLLs. For the input file, we have prepared a text file that includes the words or paragraph that will be displayed in the text box. This is the reference to what the user will type in the separate text box. On the other hand, the output file of the results of this typing test will give the users their typing speed, typing accuracy results, and the length of time it took them to complete the test. In this case, the timer. Last but not the least are our DLLs. We have accomplished 3 DLLs. One is for the input, next is the output, and lastly is the key animation of the keyboard that will be further discussed. There are 2 modes available in our game, which are words and sentences. Each game option has a unique level of difficulty that can be challenging for users.
So for our game modes, we have the sentences and words. For sentences, it will display accurately what is written in the text file. On the other hand, for words, it will jumble all of the words included in the text file that will be displayed in the text box, with some words appearing twice or 3 times and others may not. Furthermore, if the user starts a new game, our game mode words will display jumbled words in a number of different ways. For speed and accuracy, typing accuracy is the percentage of correct entries generated out of the overall characters entered by the user. On the other hand, the raw WPM or words per minute is a measurement of how quickly the user will type without any error penalty. So we have here our UI. So first, we have a text box that contains whichever text file the user selected. And below is another text box where the user can type whichever is written in the chosen text file. So on the upper part of our UI, we have here the combo box. So this is a combo box that contains 2 of our game modes, the sentences and words. For the button input file, which is our select file button, so this is a button where the user can get the existing text file. In the lower part, we have here the reset button. So this is a button where users can reset the text boxes. And then the save results. So when the user is done typing, the user will then click the save button in order to create a new file that contains the words per minute, accuracy, and time. So for the label, this is where the words per minute will be displayed, and for the accuracy label, where the accuracy will be displayed, and lastly is the timer. So Koki, you may discuss your part.
I'll be explaining the score computation of our program. So we are computing for 2 things, accuracy and words per minute. First, I'll explain accuracy. So how is accuracy measured? So typing accuracy is the percentage of correct entries entered out of the total number of entries typed. To compute this mathematically, we divided the total of accurate characters typed by the total number of characters and multiply it by 100 to give it a percentage. And second, we'll touch upon words per minute. So words per minute is a measurement of how quickly someone types without any inaccuracy penalty. The typing speed is computed by multiplying the number of words typed by the number of minutes it takes to type those words. 5 button presses are equal to a word including spaces, numbers, letters, and punctuation marks. To calculate the number of words typed, simply add together all of the entered items, and divide by 5. Next, I will be explaining the general algorithm of the program itself. So, once the user has selected a text file from the text select file button, the contents of the file will be all put in a list of strings, and each string will be a line of the text file. In the case that all words are in one line of a text file, we have created a workaround in that scenario as well, and the program will proceed as normally. In the game modes, we have two of them, sentences and words. If once they have selected either sentences or words, the lines will be divided or assembled in a way that it corresponds to the game mode. So sentences will be pulled out. The lines will be splitted by sentences. If the game mode selected will be sentence, and words will be taken out of the lines and put into a separate collection, and then randomly an index will be pulled out, and then that index will be put in the text box above for the user to type. If the game mode selected is the words game mode. So once the text box above displays the text, the user will be then prompted to copy identically the content in the text box above. Note, if the user types the wrong character, the bottom text box will then delete all entries, and then that entry, and that will be considered a one mistake, and that will be reflected in accuracy. And once the user has finished typing everything correctly, their score will then be reflected on the top right corner, the words per minute, accuracy, and the time they finished it.
Okay, so for our DLLs, we have 3 DLLs: file reader, file writer, and the color brush. So for our first DLL, which is the file reader, so the function of this DLL is to be able to read the file that was chosen by the user. So the methods inside this DLL are, first we have the two public methods, which are public static void file reader and the string splitter. So what this both method do is, first, for the file reader method, it reads all the line that contains the text file, then splits the string and place it into one array. So for the file writer, so the function of this DLL is our output file. So this file consists of the WPM, which is the words per minute, accuracy, and also the length of time it took them to complete the test. So we have one public method, which is the public static void writer. So this calls all the variables needed for the file writer. And lastly is the color brush DLL. So the function of this DLL is the color key animation. So once a certain letter in the keyboard is clicked, so what this does is that it calls all the solid color brush base, which are the color base for when the key is pressed, color base for alphanumeric keys, and lastly color base for the special keys. So for our execution, so first we will open a file by clicking this button, select file button, and then we choose the file. So file selection successful, please choose a game mode. So we then choose our desired game mode. So for this execution, we will play both modes. So first is the sentences. So sentences mode has been chosen. Note, press enter to finish typing. And then after, you will click enter and then save results. So results have been saved, and then the output is in the desktop. So final results for the TypeRacer TR typing test. So words per minute is 17, accuracy 98%, and for the time is 29 seconds. So for our another mode, which is words, so we will then click again the text file, words, and some words may be repeated, some words are not in the text box. Enter, save results. So final results, words per minute is 12, accuracy 90%, and time 39 seconds. So that's all for our project.